So guys, here's my review and player ratings for yesterday's game, which saw Arsenal take the 2-0 win at the Emirates against West Ham United. Honestly, I don't think we'll get an easier game this season, and that's no disrespect to West Ham. Obviously, you know, they're still in that transition phase. They've only just got Nuno. Nuno needs time to properly implement his way on the players and everything. So I don't mean that to disrespect West Ham fans at all, or West Ham at all as a club. You know what I mean? I just mean it was just one of those games. When we got the first goal, but scored by Declan Rice, had to be the former West Ham player, didn't it? I kind of expected the game to open up. I thought West Ham would come out and attack us a bit more, and that would open the game up. But they didn't really. It was, they didn't really get many chances at all. I mean, our defense was very solid. Our midfield was very solid as well. But yeah, they didn't really come out and attack us that much. So didn't go how I expected. We did get the second goal. That was a penalty, which I already said, bit controversial because it started outside the box, went in, continued on in the box. So I don't know. But Saka scores it, and again, a lot of people were criticizing Saka, saying, that they think that he should have given it to Jokeres. Again, he scored the penalty, so I don't care who takes it. Okay, as long as he scores, that's all that matters. Another thing I've seen our fans complaining about is they're saying they want to see us be more ruthless in front of goal. They're saying we should have had more goals and everything. And I do get that. And Kaya Fiore hit the post. He was very close to scoring. We had a couple other chances. Saka did score as offside. But yeah, again, end of the day, that's not something I'm going to complain about because we got enough goals to win. Okay, we won the game. We didn't concede. That's all that matters. I would rather us win a boring 1-0 than us, draw 4 or something like that and be an entertaining game. So, I'm not going to pay too much attention to that. But yeah, no, it was a very comfortable performance, very good game. Other than West Ham having the corner right at the start of the game that went over David Raya, and they had a clear header with Fulkrug, I believe it was. And then they had one at the end of the game when they had that young lad they brought on. He had a good header as well from the corner. But other than those two chances, I can't really remember them having any other chances at all. So very comfortable day's work. So yeah, let's get into the play rating. So in goal, I just mentioned him, David Raya. He's not going to have an easier game, is he? Really, he didn't have anything to do. I'll give him a 7. Now, he did get beat from the corners. As I said, there was a couple of crosses that went over him. He didn't come and get those as well as he usually does. But yeah, end of the day, it's a clean sheet and he didn't have anything else to do. So I think a 7's fair. On the right, it was Jurgen Timber, and I'm going to give him an 8. Again, very solid defensively. Going forward was very good as well as always. And you know what to expect with Jurgen Timber now. You expect, great performances every game. He is so consistent, it's crazy. So yeah, I'm going to give him an 8. Sayiba, I'm going to give a 7. No other defense is getting lower than a 7 because it was just easy night's work, and the midfield did a lot of the work for him. Again, was beat by a couple crosses, but I'm not going to take points off him for that. Gabriel also gets a 7. Again, just very solid, very, very composed at the back. And Kaya Fiore, I'm going to give an 8 again. Like Timber, I thought was, same reasons defensively, just very comfortable. But going forward, offered us a lot as well. So that's why he gets an 8 as well. Onto the midfield, and I'm going to start with Declan Rice. I'm going to give him a 9. I think a 9's fair. Again, got the goal, was just very solid as well. Good passing forward, good press. Strong in the midfield as well. He's just, in the right position for the goal as well, getting into the box. He was good in, closer to our box and good closer to West Ham box. So, yeah, I'm going to give him an 8. Eze, I'm going to give a 7.5 as well. Made some good passes. There were some good little movements there. Erdgaard, it's not fair to rate him because he went off injured again. So Zubimendi, I'm going to give an 8 as well. Thought he was very good when he came on. Completely controlled the tempo of the game. Set a good pace, great passing, again in complete control. I mean, he just dictates the play so well. There's as much as Zubimendi. Saka, I'm going to give an 8 as well because he got the goal. So he got the penalty. So yeah, he gets an 8 for me as well. You know, and the goal to his game as well. I mean, again, everyone's saying Gyökeres needs a goal. I mean, Saka's not really got that many goals this season either, has he? So I don't mind him taking the penalty at all. Again, as long as he buries it, that's all that matters. Trossard, I'm going to give a 6 for, you know, again, it was just wasn't a bad performance, wasn't a great performance. It was just middle of the road, 6 out of 10. Yeah, and Gyökeres, I'm going to give a 6 as well. I don't think Gyökeres really put a foot wrong. Just wasn't needed as much in this type of game, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it was just, I don't see him starting more goals. I say to Seattle, but I don't see him adding more goals. But he just wasn't really needed this game. We didn't even really need his hold up play as much. So, yeah, that's why he gets a 6. And Mikel Arteta, I'm gonna give him. I mean, I suppose I give him a 9 or a 10. You know, you can take your pick which one. People wanted him to take the hand brakes off. He tried doing that. Obviously, Odegaard got injured, but you know, it was a very aggressive midfield, and people have been calling for them to be aggressive. So, yeah, I think that's fair. But thank you for watching. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you want to see more football content, especially Arsenal content, I also do boxing content if you're interested in that. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next one. All right, take it easy.